Hello everyone, welcome to Math and Maths. My name is Vincent alongside JD, Erika, and Aldrich, where we talk about what we need to know about mathematics, its applications, definitions, its purpose, and everything you can think of as math is universal. So by the looks of it, everyone's having high spirits today. So let's continue. But first, today's question of the day was from a fan of ours, currently in senior high school. She asked how math is essential in the modern world. Okay, before we dive into this question, let us first explore the nature and language of math and why it is regarded as universal for us to develop our ideas in answering your question.
To start, the nature of mathematics refers to its fundamental characteristics and principles that define its scope, methods, and purpose. Mathematics is often considered a universal language because it is primarily about our discovery of different concepts in which we form its language, providing us a precise and systematic way to describe and understand the patterns and relationships in the natural and abstract world. So, aliens, if there are any, may have used different symbols to express their knowledge of mathematics, but the concepts behind it would also be the same with ours.
Very interesting concept and approach there, Aldrich. So, would you like to add more, Erika?
So, mathematics is also characterized by its complexity and precision. It relies on reasoning and proof to establish the validity of statements and theorems, and it follows a set of rules allowing for consistent and reliable results. This precision is essential for the reliability and replicability of mathematical and scientific knowledge.
Just to add to what have Erika said, the language of mathematics is specialized with its symbols, notations, and vocabulary. A clear and concise way to represent mathematical concepts and relationships is through these symbols and notations. Mathematicians can effectively and precisely express complicated concepts and theories because of the language of mathematics.
Very lovely insights. So, guys, and let's proceed with your opinions on how math is essential in the modern world. So, I'll start first. Math is vital today because it is not just there as an entity or a subject, but something that develops in time to supply a firm understanding of the obvious and the enigmatic. Imagine the possibilities today that math can give. Math shaped the world, as you can see, into what it is, from the ground to the sky. The buildings, roads, healthcare, and food are all in there. People reason because of the mind, heart, and soul, which math can represent through figures and symbols given any scenario. There are numerous patterns seen and unseen by the naked eye. Almost every application known to man bears math, which is why it's universal. A world without mathematics is non-existent for me.
Uh, what a very impactful ending. Thank you, Vincent. I'll just add that mathematics is one of the main reasons behind our technological advancements, as well as the rapid growth in the use of mathematics, specifically in AIs, that greatly helps and eases the burden in the workload of us humans. It is also crucial in the creation of entertainment, such as animations and gaming, that I think have always been very popular to the young and old. The use of linear algebra and number allows realistic graphics as well as beautiful animations that we love.
So, based on what everyone has said so far, math is important because it provides structure and order. When we know how to measure things and quantify them, it becomes easier to standardize and replicate certain procedures, which makes us more efficient. The exactness that characterizes math allows us to have a firmer grasp on things, making it easier also to understand relationships between objects and predict certain outcomes. All of these are important in the fields of engineering, medicine, business, and technology, which have been the main drivers of the modern world.
Okay, so aside from that, no, in today's modern world, mathematics allows us to understand and solve our problems and challenges as humans and those around us. It is the foundation of our future. Throughout the years, we have used math as a tool to improve our lives. For instance, our understanding and discoveries of math in nature enable us to invent all sorts of technologies. One example is bullet trains, which are inspired by a specific bird called the kingfisher. Engineers observed how kingfisher birds could slice through the air, dive into the water to grab food, and barely produce a splash. They then redesigned the train's front end to resemble the form of a kingfisher's beak to decrease noise, steer clear of tunnel booms, and allow the trains to run 10% quicker while consuming 15% less power. The mathematical concept behind these bullet trains and kingfisher birds is fluid dynamics. So you see, mathematics helps us learn about the world, enhancing our logical thinking skills and allowing us to think of creative solutions to our problems.
All right. Those were very insightful opinions on the question. So thank you, everyone. And to start our main discussion, let us discuss mathematical applications. So everyone asks what mathematics contributes to everyday life. For you guys, what specific application of mathematics do you know or have existing knowledge of?
For me, it's artificial intelligence, which is basically computers trying to replicate or mimic the way we humans think and behave. Besides the fact that AI is very fascinating and entertaining, it has made our lives easier. A famous example of this would be ChatGPT, but even in more serious things like healthcare, AI has been used to help diagnose and also analyze the stats of patients. AI relies on computers, which is the language of which
We're getting there. Getting there.
AI relies on computers to function, and the language of computers is math. Further, the way AI learns is through analyzing a huge amount of data, which involves linear algebra, statistics, calculus, and all of this is used to process information, organize, and optimize them.
Ah, yes, ChatGPT, a fellow and reliable friend. So anyway, I did a work of mine talking about this topic a week or two ago. A specific application of mathematics I wrote or chose was data science. It mainly extracts valuable data using cutting-edge analytics tools and scientific concepts, especially for business decision making, strategic planning, and other purposes. Best examples include diagnostic checks done by universities to determine the initial knowledge of its students. I really know that we all knew this, especially Aldrich, because he looks like he graduated recently. Anyway, so game statistics, businesses to formulate proper actions to improve, and more. Data science analyzes every data available and portrays interpretations on what steps should happen next.
Okay, so for me, no, an application of mathematics that I came across and got me interested in is music. In music, there are different notes made from varying frequencies. These notes are arranged in an ascending or descending order of pitch called music scales. An example of a music scale is the chromatic scale, which contains 12 pitches or frequencies in an octave. Each note has a specific frequency, and there is a common ratio between the frequencies of two consecutive notes. which is the 12th root of 2. This ratio determines if combinations of two notes sound consonant or dissonant. For example, playing two notes that are 6 semitones apart would have a ratio of the 12th root of 2 raised to the power of 6, or simply the square root of 2. Since the square root of 2 is irrational, it is not close to any simple ratio of two integers. Thus, when played, it will sound tense and makes people anxious. Moreover, sounds can be broken down into combinations of numerous simple sinusoidal waves. In music, a single pure note is a sine wave, although it would sound very plain and flat with none of the harmonics we usually hear in nature. Suppose we play a note on an instrument. Its sound contains a fundamental frequency corresponding to the note played and some integer multiple of that frequency but of a different altitude or loudness called overtones. When we combine these frequencies, it forms a system known as the harmonic series. The significance of this type of series is that it does not change the period of the fundamental frequency, resulting in a tonal sound with a clear distinct pitch. This is why playing the same note on a guitar and piano may sound different. Therefore, understanding mathematics behind music helps composers and musicians deliver the message and emotions they want to convey and provoke the listeners through different melodies, harmonies, and rhythms.
Oh wow, I didn't know that music can be translated into a mathematical sentence, but oh well. I would like to expand further what had Vincent said when it comes to the statistics. As the specific application of mathematics that caught my eye is in the field of business. When we look at all successful business nowadays, uh, it all sums up to proper application of mathematics. I believe that with the use of mathematics to determine the flow of how we manage our businesses is the key ingredients towards success. The financial flow, for example, or how the profit is generated in sales of businesses is one of the important applications of mathematics as it allows employers to predict and have a general grasp of what they are investing on. Another thing is about budgeting. When starting a business, we must be able to set goals of how we want to perform. But it also requires budgeting whether to use such amount of money in raw product or the production of goods are enough and profitable. Lastly is the analysis in the market. The average amount of people that buys or purchases your product should be as high as possible. Well, it is natural that we yearn to earn more profit, and this can be determined plan by statistics using data from different locations or popular places where most business are established. We are able to plan to look or even start our own businesses where we know according to mathematical data high profits us.
Those were very nice, full opinions, and what do you call this? Sense of applications. You can definitely tell that math ranges from simple AI, even simple AI. We use math also in music. That's really interesting, and especially in businesses where we can use math to expand or grow our businesses. So those were nice. So, but other than that, from your personal experiences, when did you use the nature of mathematics and language of mathematics in everyday life apart from the obvious? As we know now, math is not only about numbers and letters.
Uh,
It looks like somebody left.
A few moments later.
I guess that's what's gonna happen if there are calculations wrong in the PLD connections.
Later.
sorry about that. my internet connection got slow. For some reason, I got kicked out. So, let me continue. I think when it comes to the application of mathematics in my everyday life, I can use it for gaming. Sounds unusual, right? When I play a game called Genshin Impact, in which it is normally a open world game, which in a it is a RPG or a role playing in which I will only do or what do you call that explore the world. I often try to do challenges that are skill and time management. I also do sometimes do damage calculations as well as statistics in beating certain challenges in the game.
For me, I personally don't do any complex math in my daily life, but I guess when it comes to cooking or baking, I do basic arithmetic to know how much of a certain ingredient I should use.
Well, for me, it is my habit to sort things depending on their class, especially during groceries, where I separate food. Example, we have food on the top side of the cart, or maybe food, drinks, whatever. Then we have shampoos, conditioners, tissues, and all kinds of stuff at the bottom. So you can really tell that there's set A, set B, and everything. So math helps with my reasoning. I can definitely say that. And there are instances where I manage situations by unintentionally using the truth table. The truth table, which I learned from MMW recently, it helped me get better at my choices. Lastly, money management is something I do often, where per day I will not spend more than 300 pesos to save money.
So, in my daily life, I usually use math in transportation, whether I'm walking, driving, or riding public transit. During these situations, I often think about how much time I need to allot, the speed or pace I need to be, the things I need to bring, and the most efficient route I can take to be punctual.
Well, that was a spirited and informative discussion about the nature and language of mathematics as a universal language that everyone can bind onto. It scales the world from another perspective to where we can understand everything, that everything is an expression or beyond expression to what people mostly deceive. Mathematics gives the answers to understanding the world better. With it, we started to imply mathematical applications that gave movement into the capabilities of the human body and mind. From there, the nature and language of mathematics are broad and unique. So that wraps up our discussion for this week, and we will see you in the next. Please leave your questions on our social media accounts on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And your question may be up for our next podcast. And thank you guys for watching again. This is Math and Maths, bringing you fun and healthy conversations on the vast and unique world of mathematics. And remember, math is everywhere, and take care. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.